dorms are far away from the current ADCs or drop-off zones, and even the freshman dorms, even though the store is right there on Broughton, they're sort of in a, like, you have to go down, like, up a hill if you're coming from the dorms, and most of those students don't even have a car, so it's hard for them to really bring anything to donate to the store or any other box that's closer by. So if you were to have a Dropbox or maybe even an ADC, actually at the freshman dorms, do you know where the freshman dorms are? Yeah. If there is one there, it'd make it a lot easier for students to just walk out of the dorm and bring it there. It would almost become more convenient than the garbage, really. So
if we could get a site like that, that's one of the most difficult things for us is finding. It's even getting harder now than ever. Is finding a place to put physical property to put something like that. So, you know, I think SCAD could probably help us with that as well.
I mean, if you were to somehow create a deal with SCAD where they actually let you put it on the campus there, there's a huge space in the back of the western parking lot that is unused, and every now and then there's going to be a bus standing there, but that's it.
Right.
So
even if we can't cross that barrier of SCAD allowing us to allowing Goodwill to have an actual drop-off permanently, by implementing events or future events where you are actively collecting donations is another way to encourage it.
Yeah, we call those drives.
Yeah.
And so we could do those where we bring a truck and just park a truck.
Is that what you do, literally just bring a truck and throw your stuff in the truck?
We do, pretty much. And we'll do a box truck, or if we are going to stay for more than one day, tying up the truck all day long, you know, for days at a time is just not cost effective for us. So we would drop something like a unit, and half we would hang, you know, just banners around the unit, and then we'd have an ADC to kind of stay there with it between the hours of lock up, come back the next day. So we can do a variety of things.
Maybe we can look into finding that link between you guys providing the truck and having events surrounding it.
Absolutely.
That would get attention to the truck.
Yes.
I think the big problem is the SCAD. I don't live in the dorms here, but you guys everybody gets kicked out right away, right? You got to be home by
you still have time to donate your stuff.
Well, I know, I'm just saying, but it's not very much time. I'm sure some people are more concerned about moving out and stuff versus driving to Goodwill. But I'm saying if we had this event, then
I was saying last class how every time we move out, it's after a tough week of finals, barely sleeping, you're exhausted. You have to be out of the dorms by like, 5 p.m. the day after finals?
Exactly.
So I'm always focused on, it's like a week of living in this building, doing work nonstop, so the room becomes a mess, you're not packing up yet.
Absolutely.
So from your last class on Thursday to 5 p.m. Friday, you have to pack up the entire dorm and move out by 5. And I know that I've thrown out perfectly good things like hangers, shelves, all kinds of things that I can't take back with me just because I'm so exhausted and will not by any means walk down a block to donate things because
You're scared people will walk off with your stuff.
Well,
I have no energy. I don't even want to go. So if there's like
what
a
about
drop-off.
the week before, having something the week before, would that, you know, week before and then right afterwards? We look to you guys. If that's, I had no idea. Can we start a campaign for you guys?
I know that the week before I would not know what I want to get rid of because I don't know what I'm taking with me. I haven't packed up
Within
yet.
a
So
short period of time, how do you do that? I mean, would they donate a room to us and everybody as they go through just drop it off at their room and we come back and pick it up a week later? An area?
I believe the key would be if there are enough events throughout the year that are relieving, you know, people are donating throughout the year, it would also, in the end, you guys receive donations, more donations than one time that is kind of risky because you got to rely on the students to be motivated to actually have.
I think
Or even
students would be motivated if, you know, I mean, if it was easier than the dumpster on the day you're moving out and you had to get rid of it, you couldn't fit it in your car. You guys
Like
are
a
gonna get a lot
takeoff
of
area in
stuff.
the parking lot, and you can just put your stuff in that
Yeah.
takeoff
Just
area.
get in that area and then we
We'll-
take care of it.
Yeah.
We come in.
And you get good stuff, I think, too, because like she said, sometimes you just gotta get rid of perfectly good things just because you can't take it with you or have
I've
nothing else
got
to do
like
with
3
it.
pieces of furniture just walking around Turner.
And it's in the
Yeah.
hallways, not even in the garbage we put it. We just put it out
don't even know it.
I mean, I think like, it does make sense to be there, like, or have some sort of presence, like bins there or something the week of finals, but then that last day where everyone is like, even though they're exhausted and packing up and everything, that's when they're making those decisions quickly to either get rid of something or keep it. So that's when you really want to be there with a heavy presence.
Okay.
We
Right,
like
I agree.
Goodwill to like step in, like family to collect their donations. So on that last day, for that last day, before then you can have maybe like more.
This is the man you need to talk to, right?
A question for you guys, is it, you have to leave, are you kicked out of the dorms at Christmas, like before you go on holiday, the week before
Yeah.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Okay, so the same thing happens at the fall quarter.
But we don't have to move out.
But it's not as bad.
Oh, you don't have to move out?
No, it's not, you
You
can't
can't
get
leave
the
your thing.
So it really is once a year, heavily once a year.
I mean, there are some
We're not charging
students
enough.
I think you have to
moving
keep the
out,
dorms
but
open.
that's just because they chose to move out after the first quarter in the dorm. So I mean, there are some people moving out right before Christmas break, but the really busy, hectic, everything's going out days right when summer starts.
And for spring, you guys stay, so you don't have to leave at all, right?
Yeah, no, you don't
So it's
have to.
really, okay, so it's the summer.
We're not really
At the
kicked
end
out
of
at
spring
spring.
quarter, so 5 weeks from now, is when this is gonna happen.
Well, I know my daughter, with my experience, my daughter, she's a lot older now, out of school, but she would always, right before the Christmas break, she would always do a clean out, you know, of her dorm or apartment, whatever it was at the time, because she knew that Christmas she was going to be bringing a lot of stuff back with her, so she always cleaned out. I don't know if that occurs here or what, because she knew she was getting something new to replace something she had that was old.
Well, I know living off campus, I live in South Florida, so I drive home and I try not to put, like I try to get like a small storage at the end of the year so I can take and put like the next half of my stuff in my car. So a lot of the times before the summer vacation, I take back home things and do a cleanup during the springtime. So I can carry some home and I do get rid of some things that I'm not.
Well, maybe we could do a combination, you know, a
Absolutely.
combination of different events. The only thing that concerns me about containers, and that's what I'm struggling with now, because I'm doing research on different containers for those different environments that we're going to be working with, is like our boxes, the standalone boxes that almost look like a mailbox type. Those are great for a little bag of clothes, but that's all they're good for. And so if you have something, if you have a bag of glasses, you know, or a little box of glasses, you're not going to be able to use that container. So I wanted something that's usable, friendly, you know, kind of, that meets all the needs, and that's what I'm looking for. So if you guys have any suggestions about that as well, I feel like the best suit.
Should be able-
What you talking about?
Those
And we'll
already
pull that
exist.
down. Yes, those exist.
Maybe just a larger version that could be carried on someone's
It's a
truck.
long way away.
Well, the problem with that, and that's why I went with this one, is
Got it,
there
you get
is
that,
a
yeah.
larger version of it, but it weighs too much to just move by hand. This actually, you can put it, you know, on a dolly and move it to different locations, but again, it's very limited as to what it can accept. Because believe it or not, if we made that door bigger, people would climb in.
Yeah.
We've had people stuck in them. I'm serious. We've had animals put in them. It's incredible. So we put a lot of thought into what
You mean like
we
puppies?
cannot do. Yeah, like puppies. I drove up Goodwill one morning, there was a goat tied up to one of our boxes. I figure, I've seen it all. This is
yeah.
one that we actually designed ourselves, which is something that I talked to Monica about the other day. That's a little bit better, but the problem with that is you can climb it.
The swing doors, I remember I've used those.
Yeah, you can climb, and we have. I mean, we've had attendants walk in and, you know, surprise people and get, you know, scared. So, we have to consider that security piece of it and safety piece of it.
Complicated issue.
It really, it does get complex because we want to be convenient, we want to serve, we want to be at all locations. We got to find that formula that fits best.
Maybe there's a way that you can partner with existing buildings
So he's saying if there was a room in the dorms or something that was just a Goodwill
Yeah,
drop
see,
off.
I love that idea. Or like you were talking about, a place in the parking place where we just kind of, quarantine it off and
Just keep getting the truck going and.
just have the truck kind
So I
of pick
think
it
you,
up.
At the end of the year, when you got that mad dash, it would be, better if there was a room or area inside the dorm. So as people going in and out to the car, hey, drop it off here, they're gone.
I mean, even a Dropbox, I don't think you have to worry about students jumping in there.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what he's saying.
Students. And then,
Is at least, if you had a Dropbox in dorms, that's a gated area.
Yes,
that only
yeah,
students
that's
can
fine.
get
Well, we
in.
could do a combination. I mean, we really could do a combination, have a box there all the time, and then on the weekends, maybe have that central office or room area where you guys can put things in, then we can pick them up.
we'll come back and pick it up later. I said, it'll be better for us to pick it up once everybody's gone, so if you have to be out by 5, well, we'll come in the next day and pick up all the items, so we're not impeding anybody going out of the building, and we're able to capture everything that's not.
See, that's why you're the guy.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. How crazy is it in the dorm parking lots?
There's a line around the block, up and down the roads.
Yeah, there's
Is
cars
that-
everywhere, trucks open, people are filling up.
The buses going to the airports are everywhere.
Which is harder for you? Let the people know about you guys and actually make people donate? Or let them know what they can donate and what they cannot donate? Or is it both?
A. Yeah,
Let them-
educating people as to what they can and cannot donate has been a challenge for us over the years. But that has become kind of virtually impossible with the federal recall on products, brand new products that are being made, that are being recalled. Environmental changes in laws, those kind of things, it's very difficult for us to keep up on that, much less the donor. So we feel like it's better for us to accept a lot of these things and find that avenue that keeps them out of the landfill, that safely recycles them. So that's kind of what we're changing our whole approach to having a better carbon footprint and partnering with the communities that we're in and how to recycle this stuff safely and keep it out of the landfill. Because educating the donor, what we've found, and as a consumer and a donor myself, I have the same question. Well, if I don't give it to Goodwill, then where do I take it? Because the landfill won't take it anymore. So we're having this issue right now with TVs. What do? Nobody wants, nobody will take them. So I find myself having 3 or 4 TVs sitting in my garage or up in my attic, and what do you do with them?
Best Buy does.
No, if you buy one.
No, I just took one and they just took it. A big old dinosaur
I don't
TV.
think they would take ours. We have pallets.
Pallets.
But actually, we have partnered with Dell. So, we've been doing a Dell partnership for about 5 years now. And Dell is doing research right now on how to recycle. There is a way to recycle TVs. It is so complex because there's a company in Marietta that actually does it. And it is incredible what it takes to recycle a TV.
Very labor intensive.
And dangerous, it can be unsafe, because there's a lot of lead in a lot of the old TVs. And so, we looked at doing that about 5 years ago, but when we saw what was involved, we said, there's just no way. There's no way we can do that in the setup that we have with the people that would want to do it this way.
So what do you do when you show up at the Dropbox and the TV sitting there?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and smile, and hopefully you have something else, or you'll come back and bring something that we can actually use. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Don't